Yeah, how y'all doing out there? America, the world. We here with another episode of the Put to Bed podcast. You hear me?
Yes, sir. We back with another one. I'm not even gonna put the number on it, but we back. So yeah, bro, let's get into it. We got like what, 3 topics? Well, 2 topics and like a little hot topic.
For the evening. 3 topics for the evening.
Yeah.
So which one you want to kick off first? Which one you want to kick off first? We're gonna talk about the Adrien Broner situation. We're gonna talk about the Charlie Kirk situation and the Cardi B situation.
Let's go down. Let's do fun last. So that'd be Cardi B for me.
Okay, okay.
Well, let's put her in the middle, and then let's do Charlie first.
All right. So I'm clear. I mean, it's pretty clear that y'all probably heard about it or seen about it or read about it at this point because it's been all over social media. It's been all over headlines. It's been all over nighttime television. It's been all over daytime television. It's been all over every all type of media sources. So if y'all don't know, it's been it was basically a political person, a political what's the word you said?
Activist is
A
what it
political
is.
activist, basically, yeah, named Charlie Kirk, who had a lot of views and a lot of opinions that I disagree with personally, a lot of opinions that a lot of people clearly disagree with, and that some people do agree with. You mean radical opinions, racial opinions, all type of opinions, just political opinions, social opinions. That he expressed. He expressed them on different podcasts. He expressed them on different sources. He expressed them on social media. He expressed them. You know that's he expressed his viewpoints very clearly and very openly in the public. And he was at a college doing basically an open debate, just a
Mm-hmm.
political, standpoint debate, and somebody assassinated him, like live right there in the middle of him talking and giving his speech and saying his standpoint in that situation. To start, I want to say rest in peace. No matter how your
Yeah.
views are, no matter verbal. I feel like nobody should be killed for something that they say out their mouth. It's words. At the end of the day, no matter how racist it is, no matter how far left it is, no matter how far right it is, no matter how right it is, no matter how wrong it is. At the end of the day, it's words. It's an opinion. It's not like you out here, it's not like he was out here harming people physically. It's not like he was out here, beating people, pillaging, killing
Yeah.
people. You're doing actions. He was just speaking.
Yeah.
And we live in a culture these days where people be so sensitive to where they can't take other people's opinion. It's a freedom of speech. You should be able to say what you want to say in any kind of realm
Yeah.
without feeling like your life is at stake. Like that's above and beyond the reproach. Like I mean, if you want to see him and see him with the hands, or you want to sit down with him and debate with him or argue with him or however it may come out and talk, that's cool. But to take a human life based on their views and opinions is crazy to me. But
Yeah.
I want to get your opinion on it. Like I said, that's pretty much my opinion on it as far as the whole situation and the ramifications of it. Is like, did he deserve to die for speaking his mind, for saying his views, for saying his opinions, for speaking on it radically, for speaking on it openly, or you mean?
Yeah, I agree with you in some points. Like, I think that they call them, like you said, political activists. So you can go out there and do freedom of speech. That's just what your right is. So I don't think it's right no, I don't think it's called for someone to be killed because they have their own views on something that you might not agree with. Like that's on any given day at work, shoes, driving, anything. You might not agree with somebody, but that doesn't mean you take those measures to hurt and kill because you pissed off. Like I don't know what his state of mind was or is. It could have been some background things that was going on. Who knows? But it was very disheartening to see that it was can be viewed anywhere accessible, like just people watching it, and that is still a human being. That's still
Facts.
somebody's, husband. I'm assuming husband, probably father. That's still a human being. It was distasteful. It's distasteful period to me for people to record certain things. I feel like of course in that moment you ain't you will run instead of being like, oh, let me. But I mean they're recording him at the time because
Yeah,
like as you said, I didn't watch it because I don't watch things that mess with my mental too much, so or it will trigger anything. I was told that he got a couple words out, right, and then was shot.
yeah. That's exactly how it happened.
So in that sense, like it was a very, very much so planned attack
Oh yeah, facts.
because you have to be have to know the location. You got to know everything like meticulously to the point where you are at that right time right place type of thing. And that says a lot about his character. That says a lot about his views and what he really hated, about this man, unfortunately. I don't think that anyone should be killed for their political views because everybody has the right to feel what they want. Now, if
But
you're going around spreading certain negativity, I still don't think you should be killed, but it should be someone speaking up in that sense because you can hurt people with words as well.
yeah,
So I don't know. I didn't agree with the approach. I don't agree with a lot of his stances either. But, I know he's a Trump supporter, so that goes right there with who he is and who they are. But I just don't believe anybody should be killed for that. Also saw I was looking on Instagram this morning or this afternoon that Jimmy Kimmel lost his show possibly because of something that he said about Charlie Kirk. So just like, knowing the significance and importance of people, how people are taking this situation is going to play a big part in how things go at work, possibly
yeah.
because you have freedom of speech, but then again, certain stances you don't because you have to still be mindful of the space that you're in.
Yeah, I mean, it's a time and a place for everything. When you at home and you
Hmm.
in your own in your own world, you entitled to your views and opinions and to say them and voice them and exhilarate them however you choose. But you also got to, like you said, you got to be mindful of where you at in the workspace.
Yeah.
The workspace ain't the place for politics. If you're not in
No.
and if you're not in politics or in an office like that, the workspace is clearly not the space or the place to say certain views and certain opinions. I'm not going to be at work talking about how I feel about certain things even
Right.
though I have strong viewpoints, strong opinions, strong. I'm not gonna say them any and everywhere. It's a time and a place for everything. And
Mhm.
then, like you said, I mean, it did happen in front of his wife and his kids. His wife and his kids was there to see him. And then, I
Oh
mean,
wow.
I agree with you as too on the like people recording it, but in that situation, it was kind of different. It
Yeah,
was
it
media
is.
there. It's a debate. So this is a big
Yeah,
person. Like it was on film,
it wasn't
not in the
supposed to
sense of
happen
like people
like
pull their
that.
phones out because it happened. People was already recording it
Right.
prior to it happening and not even expecting it to happen. It was just an
Yeah.
event where it was 9 times out of 10 going to be recorded anyway.
Yeah.
And
Right.
the thing that I wanted to say on it though too is that even though he had a lot of hate spilled and filled words towards the black community that I see, it was crazy. And the ironic part is that he was killed by another white man. And
Yeah.
a lot of the pour out and empathy and stuff that I seen on social media was from the black community. The black
Hmm.
community saying, "Oh, he didn't deserve to die. Nobody deserved to stand." Basically, the same thing we saying, like he didn't. Nobody because deserve to die because of what they say and stuff like that. Like, and it showed two things to me from our community: one positive, one negative. It showed that
Hmm.
no matter what we go through, no matter how bad people treat us or talk down on us or anything like that, we still be having some kind of empathy and some kind of sympathy and some kind of human feeling and emotion and rationalization to how we carry ourselves and
Yeah.
as people we humane, we very humane, and we very tolerant, and we very patient with people, like the people in this the whole race that enslaved us, and we still fuck with them, like we still
Hmm.
empathetic towards them, we still sympathize with them and empathize with them, and that goes a long way. On the flip side of it is like it's also a big thing to point out from what we've been through as far as like the Willie Lynch theory and us and the self hatred, because we have more empathy for our
Yeah.
oppressors than we have for each other in a lot of
Right.
situations. We have more we have more tolerance for the people who enslaved us than we do for our own race, and that's crazy. That's messed up
It's crazy.
that we are like that with that slave mindset. But at the same time, I do appreciate the empathy, but it also, like I said, it pays an ode to what we've been through in a negative way as well, with the brainwashing and
Hmm.
the mindset that we had, that where we can have more compassion for a person who hates us than we have compassion for our own.
I agree. I mean, but I think it's about us as a people because, like you said, we are most of us, like at least most of us, are compassionate and empathetic towards other people, regardless of the situation or what we view them as. Because even me, like not agreeing with certain things in the world, I don't wish anything on anybody because
Right,
that's not something that anybody should see, especially as kids. I didn't know his kids was there, but
yeah,
like, or his wife, like that's traumatic as hell to see that. And then, like you said, it was done by somebody who looks just like him. But
right,
we deal with that, like we deal with that every day. We hurt each other, kill each other who look just like us, and
right,
we can show empathy to someone who is just a political activist more than like you can somebody in your community. So that is crazy. It
facts.
is. And it's disheartening that we are in that.
Nah, facts. I mean, to put it to bed for me, I'm gonna say this on it, and it's done and it's dead for me. Just to put it to bed, like although I feel like nobody should be harmed for the things you say, I feel
Mhm.
like when you say certain things and you have such strong opinions and you carry yourself like that in that light and you put it out there to the world, you should be cautious
Yeah.
of the repercussions that can come to you, and because everybody ain't gonna want to talk it out. Everybody ain't gonna want to just hear you out. And when you spilling hate speech or you spilling political view, when you so far left or so far right, and you disrespectful with it, or you
Yeah.
so abrasive with it, everybody ain't gonna. You gotta be cautious. You should have a security detail. You gotta realize that somebody might want to kill me for these things that I'm
Hmm.
saying, these things that I'm doing. Because look at Donald Trump. They done tried to assassinate Donald Trump. He didn't got shot, and all he was doing was running for president and saying his viewpoints politically and economically and whatever socially. And it can even though it's not right, somebody shouldn't. But you got to be
Yeah.
conscientious of the fact that somebody might want to wipe you off. Martin Luther King,
Exactly.
Malcolm X. Like,
Yeah.
there's numerous people that done got killed for just words out their mouth. Tupac.
Hmm.
There's numerous people that done got killed for just words out their mouth. So
Yeah.
we gotta be cautious for how you moving when you in that light and when you in that space of being
Hmm.
so far from the norm or when you so opinionated. You got to be cautious.
Exactly. Like you move in some of your neighborhoods, and you never let your guard down. You
Facts.
know what I'm saying? You never let your guard down. You never feel get too comfortable with what you're doing and the people around you, where you feel you let your guard down and you become a target.
Facts.
And that's kind of what happened. To make a lot of it, to put it bad for me, it top flight security
Top flight
at all
security,
times.
world cred.
The world cred.
All right,
And
moving
then
on, moving on.
yeah,
What you
moving
say?
on, moving on.
So the next
So
topic is the Cardi B topic. I'm gonna let you go ahead and introduce that one.
yeah, she was outside, and now she is pregnant with number four. But it's a relationship.
Stephen. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, he fine though. But yeah, moving on. I got really distracted. But yeah, she's pregnant with number four. She announced it today with Gail. Everybody announced it with Gail, like R. Kelly ass. Everybody get on Gail's show and announce it. But I love
Yeah,
Cardi B. I'm a big fan, like big, big, big fan. So I'm happy for her. But what I brought it up for is because, of course, everybody has seen how it played out in the media with her and her ex-husband. And then she announces this, and then he go on social media and have a little, I call a bitch fit,
yeah,
basically. So he butt hurt right now because she's moved on. But my problem is, well, what I see wrong is you fumbled her because you was doing a lot of stuff, bro. A lot of
yeah.
stuff. And now that she's moved on, you and your feelings? Like, what was she supposed to do? Like, stay at the crib all day with the kids and just be like, I'm sad. I mean, come on now. It was gonna be people in her DMs for sure. As soon as you walked out the picture.
For
So
sure.
let's not act like it ain't gonna happen. Like you the only one. And she was saying like I was the main breadwinner. I was the main breadwinner in our relationship. Like, yeah, he had money, but I was making a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Basically what she was saying. And now he doing for spousal support too, in a sense.
Oh, that's
So
crazy.
I mean, I'm happy for her regardless. Like I feel like people gotta move on. If you move on out of a toxic situation, hey, kudos to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And if you get a good dude out of it, especially with a little cash, and then you have baby and baby carriage, whatever. You good. Like that's a good thing for you. If that, it's something that you want. She seemed genuinely happy when I seen her on he's more private. So he ain't discussing it like that, but they did show a picture of him there with at the Gale show with them together. So he there supportive or whatever. But like,
hmm
dude, but hurt because she has moved on in a way that he didn't expect. Basically, what do you think about the whole situation? Because I know you don't really follow this type of stuff, but I wanted to get your take on it because I know you are a Cardi B fan. Anyway, I
Yeah,
found
I
out.
am a Cardi B fan. I'm definitely a fan of the music. I was just talking to my girl not too long ago. Like right before she popped out with another single, I was saying like, "Dang, Cardi B ain't popped out in a minute." She was like, "Yeah, she just got music." I'm like, "Man, Cardi B got one album." Like, Offset threw off her whole little career. Like, she literally had one album her whole career. Like, and
Hmm.
that was years ago. That was like 2017, 18, whenever it was. It was a minute ago. So
Yeah,
we was just talking about that, and then like weeks after we spoke about it, she ended up popping out with another single. So I was definitely excited and happy for her to be able to get in that creative space, because I know as an artist, like, sometimes mentally life can drain you where you don't even
yeah.
feel like getting in the booth. You don't feel it. Like, so I was
Hmm.
definitely happy for her to be able to see like, okay, she back in her bag, she back in her creative space, because I like her
Yeah.
music. I liked her first album. Her first album was hard. I'm excited to see what the next project gonna be like, especially after going through all the stuff she been through. She got even more of a
Hmm.
story to tell now. So I'm excited as far as that part of it. And then even her, like you said, like when dudes cheat, most of the time it's not emotional. It's no emotional tie to it. You can be happy at home and just have a moment of weakness, thinking with your dick and slip up and chase some coochie and you mean and have them type of moments and still love your girl and still be. You mean it may sound crazy to hear from her, but
Yeah.
that's how men are. It's very seldom is it emotional attachments like to it. It's just like, okay, I ain't getting enough pussy at home or whatever. Or I just seen something that was super bad that was shooting at me. I couldn't control myself. That's how most men, you mean, operate. And it is what it is.
Fucked
Boom,
up.
bam, boom, wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. On back, and I'm back home type situation. But when women do it, oh, they catch emotions, and
Hmm.
they attach themselves to it. He cheated on her with hella females, models, all type of stuff, and kept it moving. Like, but now that she
Yeah.
didn't found somebody else, it's like, no, she's in a relationship. Now she's pregnant. Now she's openly happy with somebody else. Now you hurt. Now you in your
Hmm.
emotions. But like you said, what you expect? You expect her to just sit at home sad about you all the
Mm.
time. She got money too. She's famous too. She's a star too, and she's a beautiful woman. So you can't expect
Right.
her not to move on and expect her not to just be sitting in that space forever, even if she was in that space for a minute where she was sad and depressed or whatever going through it. She's gonna eventually move on. Somebody gonna slide in that DM and it's
Absolutely.
like, okay, what? Even if it start out as I'm just gonna do the chance to get over my ex. You
What's
mean
good?
emotion? Once them emotions get attached to it, it's like, okay, I actually like this dude. Now she's happy. I'm glad to see that she's happy. I'm glad to see that she with somebody who I imagine got more money than her ex. Like this, he's a
Yeah.
professional athlete. Like that's a consistent check. Like you feel me? So
He rolling.
it ain't like the music check. So I'm happy that she's in a great space. I'm happy that she's in a space where she can openly talk about her relationship, openly talk about her pregnancy, openly drop music. That shows that she's really moving on in a good space. And I feel like male
Yeah.
or female, everybody deserves that. Everybody deserves to be in a great space, especially after coming through a situation where you've been publicly humiliated. He done been on songs
Right.
rapping about it. I got a badder chick and I got badder bitches and I'm hitting this and hitting that. You didn't talk about this on all type of songs since then. So
Hmm.
you publicly humiliated her. You cheated on her in public, like all type of stuff. Knowing that
Yeah.
y'all both of y'all famous, y'all got kids. Like the kids can eventually get old enough to see this stuff. Like you humiliated her, so I'm glad to see that
Yeah.
she, in a sense, getting her get back.
Period. Hey, period. Because I feel like you said, she getting her get back. She getting her happy back. I'll say that.
Yeah, yeah,
Because I mean, we see it all play out. Even when she left the first time, he still was at the concerts talking about Cardi B, I love you, all that crap. She came back. They had a couple more kids. And then at that point, it's only so much a person can take for real.
yeah. It's only so many
And
times you can play
you
in
can,
somebody's face.
huh?
It's only so many times you can play in somebody's face.
For real, like seriously. And honestly, people move, people walk out, and women are walking out more now than they were before. Like they tolerant less, more, because I mean, like you said, that's a man gonna be a man. We get it, but to risk it all sometimes is stupid. Like
It's stupid, yeah.
it's better to me to communicate with your partner and say, hey, this is what's I ain't getting enough. You got to get something. Yeah, I need a little bit more or something, and then to risk it all and then go home because women ain't stupid. Men are men, women are women, and that intuition don't lie. Once that intuition pop in that mind, that first time, it's up from there. So then you're gonna be looking for or seeing more of the situation, and then that's when people make their exit or plan their exit.
Mm.
So, I mean, I understand, it comes with age or not even that maturity that people stop playing games with other people. But if you're going to cheat, hey, you got to face some consequences.
Facts. You gotta. You play stupid games. You win stupid prizes, my guy. That's what happens. Like you feel me?
Hey, look, you fumbled, bro. And
Yeah, you
somebody else
fumbled
picked up the bag and took her to a
and
castle,
ran
my
and
dude.
ran and got a touchdown with it. You feel me? So
Exactly.
that's just what it
Like
is. You
Brandon
gotta
got a
you gotta.
touchdown. He took
Yeah,
her to a castle for like a weekend or whatever. I'm like, and that's why she got pregnant because she been outside. Like you
yeah.
ain't
You
you
done
ain't
put
hear
her
the
in the
song.
castle. Yeah,
You like right. Like you ain't hear the song because she said he's so big and tall. I'm so small. He picked. She was saying everything. She said everything. She said I
yeah.
got with your favorite football player. I was his favorite football player. That's a get back for sure.
Yeah,
Perfect
definitely a
one.
good guy. Nah,
Kudos,
kudos to
Cardi.
her though, for real. Kudos to
For
her.
real, for real. But yeah, all blessings and love for that because it's good to see that smile and it looks genuine versus a force. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. But no,
But
it's put to
yeah,
bed
let's
for
move
me.
on. Yes, it's
Speaking of
what's best for
messy,
me too.
relationship drama and stuff like that. So our last topic of the evening, Adrien Broner. For those of y'all who don't know
Oh,
what Adrien Broner is, Adrien Broner is a boxer, famous boxer. Had a illustrious career, but at the same time, he had a not so good career just because of
mhm.
doing shit like this, stuff like
Right.
this, and outside of the ring, politics and antics that eventually affected his career and affected how people look at him and view him and affected you know what I mean? Like when you're in that limelight, man, you got to realize everything you do, good or
Mm-hmm.
bad, affects your brand, bro. That affect your brand. Like,
Sure do.
especially when you got endorsements, when you got people like Nike and you got people like Under Armour and you got people American Express and Gatorade and you got these companies just like making you a face of their brand or investing in you in that light. You got to
Yeah.
tiptoe. You can't just be out here doing any and everything you want to do, saying anything you want to do, and just moving in any kind of way because you're a representation of us. We didn't give you $1 million deal to wear our
Right.
brand or to rep our brand or to be in our commercials and you out here moving goofy. Now we got to cut
Yep.
ties with you, and you owe us some bread because you misrepresenting our brand at the end of the day. So Adrian Broner was on the Cameron podcast, and he was shooting his shot at Stat Baby. Stat Baby is
Mm.
a female that's it's the podcast called It Is What It Is, and she's a female anchor basically.
Yeah.
Most podcasts, most radio personality, radio shows, whatever. It's always a baddie on there.
At least
From the
one.
Breakfast Club to you feel me, you feel me. We got It's always a baddie on there. You gotta get
Right.
the people what they want. You feel me?
Period.
That's just what it is. So
Hey,
Stat
clock
Baby
it.
is yeah yeah. So Stat Baby is the female to the co-host on the It Is What It Is podcast. And this man came on the podcast drunk, shooting his shot at her. You feel me? Like recklessly shooting his shot. Cameron told him once, like, bro, chill. Like, she got a boyfriend. Her boyfriend is on the set. He can hear you. Like, he can see you, bro. Like, chill. Like, you doing too much. So he like, oh my bad, my bad, my bad. And then he persisted. He persisted. Dang, I didn't know you was just finding person and saying her name and whispering her name on the mic, like
Oh,
sounding real freaky,
damn.
sounding real predatorial, like real crazy. So he whispering her name. He going to he making a fool out of
Not
himself. Now
crazy.
she, as a woman as she is, she's a woman. So and they lie, they recording. So she ain't just like
Right.
cool out, chill. She just laughing it off and saying thank you and being polite, being courteous. But you can see it how uncomfortable she is on her face. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna play the video before. I ain't gonna even further explain. Now let's get y'all
Yeah,
the
let's do that.
backstory on it. I'm gonna play the video one time and then I want to get your opinion on it.
Absolutely.
Special guest introducing AB. Did not know you looked that good in person.
Thank you.
No, but you look so good in person.
Thank you.
Hey, you look like that singer, and you know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure you heard it before.
Well, you ready for football?
Stop. All right, you told me to stop. My bad, bro. You're amazing. All right, hey, we gonna have to ask you to go, my nigga. We have to ask you to go, man. I'm gonna pay you for your time. I love you, my nigga. I'm not doing it again. Yeah, no. I can't. I asked you the first time. I don't have no problems with you, but I'm gonna pay you for your time. Good, but I appreciate it, bro. Y'all jump out. So y'all see
Damn.
how it played out. Like the man, like I said, he whispering her name. You see, she tried to change the subject and say, well, "What about football?" She tried to,
Football.
redirected and everything. Cameron, and I feel like Cameron handled the situation very gentlemanly, very courageously, and very stand
Yeah.
up. Because, like I said, dude is a professional boxer, and he off a little liquor, so that could have easily went left, and he could have got offended or got
Completely.
butthurt and put the paws on Cameron or tried to throw hands with him. He's a professional boxer. It could have easily went there. But
It
Cam,
could have.
Cam did it dignified. He did it respectfully, and he respected the Black Queen. He seen that she was
Yeah.
uncomfortable. Of course, our dude ain't gonna step in on the camera and do nothing to mess up their brand. So
Right.
it was ultimately Cameron's place to be able to to nip that shit in the bud, and he did so
Sure
in a
will.
respectful, professional, courageous manner. I applaud him for doing that. Like he went in his bag, paid him. Look, hey bro, you got to get up out of here. You got to get up out of
Right.
here, bro. You doing too much. You crossed the line. I warned you the first time. You got to get up out
Mm-hmm.
of here. I'm gonna pay you for your time, and you got to dip. So I want to get your opinion on.
Okay, so I agree with you. He handled that with dignity, like respect for her, because there's nothing worse than being in a room full of men and one or two is like on you and you uncomfortable and you feel it and you see other dudes looking like, oh damn, she ain't going for that. But ain't nobody speaking up. So I commend him for speaking up because you don't know if her dude is his boy or not. Or the fact that he just they in a relationship and he no dude like he see him he speak or whatever I still interact with you so that's disrespectful to me for me not to say something not me to sit there and be like yeah, she play off of it. Yeah, she is fine, whatever like that. That could have went totally different too, because then you could have lost relationships, and then she could have been further embarrassed or uncomfortable. But the way he handled it was the way it's supposed to be. That's your show. You got a guest on there who's belligerent, drunk and doing the most. When I heard that whisper, dude, I was like, dude, this creepy. Like, who
It
want to
is.
be sitting there being whispered to like that? Like, it's creepy. And do you think that's cool? Like, what was your point of coming on the show if that's all you was gonna do? You could have slid in the DMs and got turned down. That would have been less, you know,
Familiar.
attention towards you. Because,
Fact.
like you said, you got a brand and brands matter. And once you mess that brand up, just like a job, you mess your name up, they trying to get you out of there. And they don't want to work with you no more. So like you gotta be mindful of, read the room, basically. He should have saw
Fact.
that wasn't it and moved on the first time he asked him. If I gotta ask you again, and I'm seeing her, doing some things and saying thank you, and her pitch is getting higher, then I know you got to get your ass up out of there because you're doing too
Yeah.
much. And this is still my co-host. This is still my, probably my girl. Like, we ain't getting down like that. So I respect how
Fact.
you handled it because dude was being disrespectful. For real, towards their
Very
relationship.
disrespectful.
And
Very
he
disrespectful.
told him, it ain't like he didn't tell him, like, oh, her dude here. He told you on camera, and you still was like, whisper and whisper. Like, that's weird.
It's lame. It's really lame. And like you said, read the
Yeah.
room, bro. Like you can see this woman uncomfortable. You see Cam getting agitated. He telling you,
Hmm.
he verbally told you like, chill.
Chill, because you
But I
acting
mean, to put it,
thirsty.
yeah, you thirsty. To put it to bed for me, I feel like certain men, I'm gonna say people in general, but mainly men, when we get in a position where we got money, we got
Yeah.
power, we got influence, they get beside themselves. They feel like they can say
Hmm.
whatever. I wouldn't heard it from numerous dudes, and even our president. They get beside themselves, saying that
They
they
do.
thinking that they can treat women any kind of way or say whatever they want to women, and just like they gonna just bow down because of who you are. Like, bro, have some
Right.
respect. Have some respect, and for one, and for two, have some dignity, bro. Have some dignity. Like
Exactly.
this woman is taken. Respect the fact that she's in a relationship, whether you know her man or not. Like if she ain't going, you clearly see she ain't going. She tried to pivot the conversation and change the
Yeah.
subject. She not going, bro. Swallow your pride, get off your high horse, and let it go.
And let it
And let it
go.
go. Like read the room and let
Because
it go. Like
and let it,
that's
yeah,
put to
let it
bed for
go.
me.
Let it go. And actually, and it's gonna be put to bed for me too. Is when there are signs there when a woman is repeating herself the same comment, like "thank you," "oh no, thank you," things like that, and you hear her pitch getting higher. Read the body language. That's my put to bed moment. Moment. Read the body language of the person that you may be making uncomfortable. Sometimes they're going, and you know those body languages too, because they might lean in towards you a little bit more. But if they're like, getting a little stiff and saying repeating words and things like that and just trying to move on and change the subject, you got to read that as signs that they're not
Fact.
interested and move
They
on.
not
Because at
interested.
that, yeah, because at that point it started to be like you're badgering and now you're harassing me.
Yeah.
And it's too much, bro. Like
It's giving
you did
creep,
too
bro.
much.
It's giving creep.
It's giving creep for real. Creep, creep, creep for real.
Real. UTL.
Exactly. And then like you said, like some men in certain statues think that anybody gonna get me the pussy. Anybody gonna get me anybody. I can get anybody.
Some
Because you
women
got
have
money don't mean
dignity, bro.
everybody going.
Yeah.
Yeah. That don't
Some
mean
women
everybody
have
going.
dignity, some women have morals, some women have principles. Now I ain't gonna lie and say that some of them do get that mindset because
Hell yeah.
they didn't got it so easy from so many women because of who they are, because of who they money or they stature. But every female ain't gonna go. Now you run across the
No.
ones that do go because of that and let you talk to them, treat them any kind of way, or let you approach them any kind of way because of who you are. Go for them.
Go.
Stay in that pool, float in that pool if you comfortable in that pool. But you still got to be wise enough and conscientious enough and read the room enough and read body language enough to know. Oh, she ain't one of them. She respectful. She respect
Exactly.
herself. She got self respect. She ain't going. And keep it
Yes.
pushing.
And keep it pushing. And her man here. So she respecting him being in her presence. And she
Fact.
knows, and some women, and most women know they man. So she's trying to do it politely so he don't turn up. So like, chill out. So you could have got your
Yeah.
ass jumped up in there. But yeah, that's put to bed for me.
It's put to bed for me too. The overall, to put to bed the whole episode for me, I would say all three of these instances that we touched on, it's a moral. It's a moral to the story to each one of them. And
That's
your
it.
actions and your words have consequences.
Yeah.
Don't think because of who you are, because of what you are, because of the people that's behind you, because of the people that's in front of you. where you at, the platform that you on. Don't think for one moment that you protected because of these things. Your
Right.
actions and your words have consequences. Do we agree with the consequences all the time? Do we agree with the action? We may
Yeah.
not. We may not. But it's always somebody that's willing to test your gangster. It's already somebody that's going to be willing to make you stand on your words, make you stand on
Yeah.
what you did or stand on what you said. And we have to be careful and be mindful of how we moving because it always has a consequence. It always has a consequence.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like my last like point is nobody's invincible. Because you have a certain way you moving and you saying things that people might not agree with, anything can happen to anybody. Life is very precious, very short, and I feel like people need to just take that for what it is, protect yourself at all times, but also move in a way that you can look at yourself in the mirror and feel like, okay, I respect myself, because that goes a long way.
Facts.
Now I'm pretty sure old dude respected himself because he wouldn't be like spilling these views. But that doesn't mean you should be deserve to be killed. Or that doesn't mean that, you can be butthurt and now talk shit about me online because you're salty. And that don't mean you can flirt with me in front of my man and somebody ain't gonna have my back. So it's just, consequences.
Facts. Consequences. But man, y'all know how we feel, man. Rest your eyes, but don't rest your mind, don't rest your spirit, don't rest your soul. Definitely don't rest your ambition out here. You hear me?
Hey, sir. And then, hey, that's we gonna end it there because I feel like that's all we needed was yours.
Yeah. I
All
love,
right,
bud.
broski. All right, love you too,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Another one.
Another one.
I've been studying the bane in my existence. They try to write me off, but I keep taxing them consistent. You don't know the pain of being trapped inside the system. Soon as they read you your rights, you know you on your way to prison. It's a trap. And why the hell you think they call it that? Trust falls the way I'm comfortable with falling back. Fell out with my dog, I ain't feel the need to call him back. Talking greasy.